Hey guys, it's Big Ember here, and I'm back here with another video. Now today, I'm going to go over some builds in Minecraft Dungeons. Something, something I haven't done before. I'm going to show you the current build that I'm using that, does well, but it's like anything once you get, past, above power level 100, Minecraft Dungeons becomes a pretty good breeze, it's pretty easy to run through. But yeah, I'm going to show you from my current build, walking from my current build. I'm going to use this dummy here. This guy's going to be my test dummy as well as this guy. Going to be my test dummies. Just for you guys, and yeah, just gonna show you guys show off some builds for you guys, and we're gonna straight to it. So the current build I'm using is the Whirlwind Axe, the Evocation Robe, and the Auto Crossbow. Now, the Auto Crossbow is just there for fun, it's just here for fun, this crossbow. This doesn't really, matter to me too much. I've just got this here for a bit of fun. So, I'm not going to talk about the crossbow, but anyway. So we've got the Whirlwind Axe, so I've got Swirling, Critical Radiance as my enchantments, and it has a Spin Attack plus a Cast Shockwave, so basically the Shockwave enchantment is built into it, so it will do a Shockwave right there, so that blue little archer, that's its built-in enchantment, and then I've also put on Swirling, Critical, and Radiant. So you could trade Swirling in for Gravity, I probably would trade Swirling in for Gravity. Of course this axe doesn't have the enchantment. I've got another one here. So this has Gravity, Radiance, and Critical hit, so I would probably go those three enchantments, but this is lower power level, that's why I'm not using it. But this is a pretty good combo, so given Radiance heals, the yellow aura heals it, we've got Critical hit, which is awesome. I recommend no matter what weapon you have, Critical hit is the way to go. In terms of artifacts, I've got a bit of a weird combo, so I've got Harvester here, which requires souls to use, which seems weird. But Boost of Swiftness, 100%, love Boost of Swiftness, the boost movement speed, really awesome. The Death Cap Mushroom, 100% recommend all melee builds have the Death Cap Mushroom because it is absolutely awesome as hell. And now bringing on to my robe. So with the robe, I have minus 25% artifact cooldown, right? This robe has that. And then plus 15% movement speed, alright? So, already faster. With the boots, make it even faster, right? And then I have cooldown here, which is minus 27%. So it has minus 52% artifact cooldown. If I wanted to, I could probably get a second cooldown. So what that means is this mushroom has a 14-second cooldown, right? So 30 seconds, normal minus 52%, so about 14.4 seconds or whatever. So basically, this one mushroom I can use basically 24/7. There's a 1 second period where I cannot use it. So to me, having a second cooldown is useless because there's 1 second. So there's 1 second where I can't use it, but I can have this Death Cache Mushroom on all the time. So if I use it here and swallow it, I can just use this over and over and over again, and it will. I basically have the increased movement speed, have the increased attack speed the whole time, which is really awesome. So I think the robe in general is an awesome robe. See that 1 second, boom, we're back at it again. I think the robe is awesome. There is the unique version of it, which is the Ember robe, which burns nearby enemies and has the artifact cooldown. So if you get the unique version of this, there's high level. As you can see, this is 108, hence why I'm using that one. And has cooldown on it, whereas this one doesn't. This one doesn't. It's got protection instead. So if this one had cooldown on it, I probably would use it. So this one also burns nearby enemies, so you get that extra enchantment, which is nice. So definitely either of the robes I recommend using. 100%. Now back into the Harvester I was talking about before. So I'm using the Harvester because it's good AoE control, good clearing. So when I get swarmed by a bunch of enemies, I can press 2, which is the key for my artifact, and it kills them. But even though it only has +1 soul gathering, you kill so many enemies when you're running through the map, so it doesn't matter. That +1 soul gathering is enough to fuel the Harvester completely to what I need it to. So I have it there because it's really good clear control. If I get swarmed by a bunch of enemies, get low health, boom, I use it. It clears out probably half of them, especially since it does like 5,000 damage, 5,500 damage when full. So it's really awesome. And oh, sorry, losing breath. And yeah, that's why I have it. Now on my robes, so on my robe, I have Chilling. I think Chilling is absolutely amazing. Chilling, to me, is another really awesome enchantment you can have. So every 2 seconds it emits a blast, and it reduces all the enemy's attack speed and movement for 1 second. I think this is awesome. Even though it says for 1 second, that 1 second's awesome. Like that 1 second where all the movement speed is slow, they attack much slower. It's honestly. It saves me. So many times this has been activated and it saved me. I've been able to get out of a fight, use my boost of swiftness, get out because they've all been slowed. Their attack speed is slower. So I recommend Chilling is a great enchantment for a close-up melee build, it's around, it saves you time. And then Final Shout. I recommend having Final Shout because when you're taking all that damage, and when you drop below 25% HP, all your artifacts that get used, the cooldown periods are ignored. So it's up to every 8 seconds, which really doesn't matter. You don't have to max this out, but that really doesn't matter at all. But Yeah, so use that, and then it uses all the artifacts. So when I get Leopardon Vice Prince, I get speed boost, a double speed boost, I get the a greatly increased attack speed, and I get the Harvester all going off at once, despite cooldowns. So even if I'm already using the Mushroom, it reactivates again. And then the Harvester goes off too, which is really, really nice. So Final Shout is another worthwhile getting enchantment. And then the third slot, in my opinion, you can have Protection, you can have whatever you want. Again, I talk about my crossbow that I've got here because, you know, it serves some purposes. So I've got Chain Reaction on it, which, you know, has a chance on impact to split 5 different directions. So I've got Multi-Shot on it, chance to shoot 5 arrows at once. And then Tempo Theft. Tempo Theft is actually quite nice. So when you shoot for 4 seconds, you get 50% stolen speed. So, you know, I don't think it works on this guy. It does. So like when I do this, you know, I get like really, really good speed. Like I can run around the map pretty darn fast, which is really, really nice to get out. And then once I use the Death Cap Mushroom, like I'm even faster. Ready? Do that. Boom. See, like I can run around pretty darn fast with that. So it's good, you know, because like when if you're trying to get out, you can like shoot 1 arrow, you get the tempo speed, and then just, you know, you get out really, really quick. So it's pretty useful, especially if you're actually the level that you're meant to be. It serves as a really, really, really good purpose to get it. Anyway, now back onto builds. So that's the current build I'm using. I think it's awesome. You know, if you want to use it, go nuts. You know, whatever. It's fun. Now I'm going to show you a bow build. So of course we're going to use Archer's Armor. We're going to use the Harp Crossbow. Now none of the stuff is enchanted given because I don't use it and I have no enchantment points left. And we're going to throw on some items, and then the melee tool doesn't matter. I'll show you these daggers after too. Daggers. I'll show you actually these daggers with these enchantments. It's pretty nice. I don't know. For a bow build, it really doesn't matter what your melee weapon is. You know, you might decide to have daggers to be quick. It's just your armor, your artifacts, and what you have. So it's basically the same. With a melee build, you know, the bow doesn't really matter too much. And with a bow build, the melee weapon doesn't matter too much. And then you can have what you want. You can have a frost scythe. You know, you can have gravity. You know, you can do what you want. Anyway, so the point. So with this bow build, I'll go back into it. So this bow build, I use the Harp Crossbow, so it has 5 range damage, and it has a buff where it shoots even more projectiles, right? So it shoots, I think, like, I don't know how many projectiles it is, but it's a few, right? It's a few. Anyway, so I would get this. I had one on my other character, but I got rid of it, which I shouldn't have because it was OP as hell. I had a multi-shot, chain reaction, and rapid fire on it. So I had those 3. So it would shoot like 12, 15 arrows at a time. Right, it would shoot like 12, 15 arrows at a time, and then it would, each one of those arrows on impact would sometimes explode into fireballs. Like there was a lot of arrows. But the reason why the Harp Crossbow is so OP, because when you actually use your ability, so here you can see I'm using my Flame Quiver ability, it actually shoots a lot more of them, and it's every single time. So when you do an arch build, a bow build, when you use the Harp Crossbow, it shoots your artifacts heaps. So as you can see, like you can see how many arrows it's shooting. Now if I had multi-shot on this, if I had chain reaction on this, you can imagine how many flame quivers that is. Now unfortunately I don't have a firework. I tried getting off the dude a firework, but he wasn't giving me one. It was quite sad. I'll see if I can get one now. We'll have a couple. We'll do one more. Put me down at 50k. No, couldn't get a firework, so it feels bad. But with the firework, it's really, really OP because you shoot like 6 or 7 fireworks at the same time. So you can imagine like the damage that does when you shoot them. Another thing you can get, if you want, instead of rapid fire or something like that, you can get infinity. Because when you shoot the firework, it has a chance of giving you the firework back. So you can actually shoot the firework, you know, for 10 plus arrows, and actually get that again and use it straight away again. So it's basically double firework, but you've got like 25, 26 actual fireworks being shot, which is really, really nice. In terms of your third enchantment, I would have the Torment Quiver. I'd have the Torment Quiver, the Flame Quiver, and the Firework for sure. Because this passes through walls, so this is actually really nice, this Quiver, when you get this, because this wall passes through walls, so, you know, you can sit behind something and just shoot through it. And this is really nice. This can be useful in certain situations anyway. Very certain situations, you know, where you're pinned, you can use this. Shit requires souls, but again, it has this 1 soul gathering, so you shouldn't really need it. And a fun fact is when you salvage something, there's actually an undo button. When you salvage it here, so you can actually undo it, so you can get it back. Bit of a fun fact for you there. My mate taught me that. Anyway, in terms of the armor, Archer's Armor, by far the best thing you could have for a bow build. 50% move speed, 10 arrows per bundle, 30% range damage. Cannot go wrong with it at all. Absolutely cannot go wrong. Makes the build so much better. you know. A couple honorable mentions, you know, you can have the lightning harp crossbow, so you got the normal harp, and then you've got the lightning harp crossbow. So there's a chance to ricochet, which is quite nice, and it shoots multiple projectiles, so it shoots 3, and has a chance to ricochet. So again, you can get this a multi-shot, you know, infinity chain reaction, you know, whatever you want, similar to the harp crossbow, except less shots, but they have a chance to ricochet, which is, you know, which is almost nice as well. But personally, I just stick with the auto crossbow. You know, I have lots of fun with the auto crossbow. Now I'm going to move on to the daggers. So I'm going to show you these daggers down here. These daggers are quite nice with this. So over here. Where's my last artifact? Where is she hiding? She's hiding. Anyway. So with the daggers, these have an insane attack speed, right? So look, not too amazing, but I'll run you through as well. So I have gravity on them, critical hit, and radiance. So you know the 3 typical, you know, melee build enchantments would have gravity, radiance. I shouldn't probably have gravity because I haven't exactly got much splash. I should really have something else there, but you know, I've got it there nonetheless. So you know, it is what it is. But so the daggers with the Deathcap mushrooms. So basically, it has basically unlimited attack speed. Like it basically will forever attack really fast. So that's without mushroom, and then this is with the mushroom. Like you can see how fast it is now. The thing is with the daggers, right? Given how fast they attack, everything that you use here, these 2 here, a chance. So it's a 20% chance that it's going to kill you for 700 HP. 20% chance that it's going to do a critical hit. So these 2 are so good on the daggers purely because since you attack so fast, they react. They basically occur so much more often than what they normally would. Because you're attacking so much faster than what other weapons do. So rather than, you know, hoping when I'm attacking enemies, this just occurs so fast that I'm constantly healing. Again, it's all RNG, so there will be periods where, like now, or just before, you know, I go ages without getting any radiance, but then all of a sudden, you know, you get 3 or 4 bursts at a time. But you have so much more of a chance of getting the critical hits, you know, getting the radiance and everything else, which is really nice. And I've got gravity just to bring the enemies in. But you know, if you have a friend, you know, your friend could do the bow build with the firework, because then, you know, I have gravity, I bring the enemies in, he uses the firework, boom, you know, kills them all. And yeah, it's just a matter of teamwork. Now in terms of soul builds, I haven't exactly found a good soul build yet. Like, you know, I've got like, you know, my dark katans, you know, I got my soul crossbows and all that. I've got some armor, I've got the frostbite armor, that spawns a but I really haven't found a good soul build for myself that I've personally enjoyed. You know, I've got like all the good stuff like Wither armor. Personally, if I was to pick it, I would go Wither armor because it has 35% damage reduction, 100% souls gathered, and 3% lifesteal aura. And I'd get that with final shout, probably chilling. I don't know. Deflect. Deflect is a pretty good enchantment. Like a 6% chance to reduce, to deflect the projectiles from arrows. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I did get this. This would be good if you're going for like a pure artifact build. So in terms like if you had like anything that did damage, your harvesters, you know, maybe your quivers. This could be really nice, you know, for a melee build because it has 30% melee damage, 50% artifact damage, and then 25% artifact cooldown. So I've got this with cooldown, I could use the mushroom, and then I've got chilling and final shout on it, which is really nice. So this could be potentially like really good. I'm keeping with this. Realistically, I should change from that to this, but since it's 104 and this is 108, I'm not. But if I had the choice, I would pick the Splendid Robe if it was 108 because I get melee damage on top of the artifact cooldown. I can live without the movement speed aura. I can live without it. So I'd get melee damage, artifact cooldown, and artifact damage. So for me, the damage it only works on 1. But when you think about it, you know, 5.5k, it doubled to like 8. It'd go to 8k, 50%, so it'd be like 8,000 damage it will do, which would be really nice. And then the minimum would be at least, you know, 350, or 300, sorry. So that would be really nice. So if I had a choice, Splendid Robe, definitely I would pick for a melee build if again required level. You know, and I haven't seen many of these. This is the first, I've only ever gotten 1 in all my characters. I have 3 characters in all my characters. This is the only one I've ever actually gotten, which is pretty nuts. And again, I've noticed that you can get 108 artifacts. You know, I've got wheat, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, definitely for a melee build or an artifact heavy build, I would 100% pick that. And then another build that I've been going for is Force Hammer. That's what everyone calls it, Force Hammer. It's the Stolen Ender, which fires lightning bolts. So I've got gravity critical. Gravity on this is awesome because again, it has the large area. It has such a large splash that gravity on this makes it awesome. Again, I haven't maxed it out because I'm lacking the enchantment points here. But this is definitely, I would definitely have this over my axe. any day of the week, this of my axe, but because it's not completely enchanted out yet, I'm not using it until I get my my enchantments for it. So it's definitely another build I would go. You get the Stormlander axe. 100%. If you guys want, I can do a video on where most of the suit drops, because like, you know, like the Splendid Robe, I get in Creepy Crypt, this drops in Fiery Forge, you know, I got this from the Creepy Crypt as well, but it also drops in, the Lost Halls, is it? What's it called, the Lost Halls? Or the Underhalls, the Underhalls, there we go. So it also drops at the Underhalls, and they can do stuff like that. If you guys wish, as well, I always stream on Twitch. I stream pretty much every day on Twitch, so be sure to follow me on Twitch, link will be in the description below. And yeah, they're the builds that I currently would recommend. They're the builds I currently recommend. You know, my axe build, this axe build is insane with this. Again, it would be nice if the Splendid Robe was higher, but unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. It's all RNG, it's all luck based, you know. And all that, again, daggers with something, there's an armor here that increases your attack speed. Can't remember which one, here it is. So the Renegade armor is really good for the daggers, because it not only increases the attack speed, gives you damage resistance as well as damage aura. So it's actually a good team item as well. Wait, I'm using the wrong one. There you go. So like now when I attack, it's now it's pretty fast with this armor on it. Pretty fast attack speed. Even though the daggers don't do much damage, they attack so fast that it makes it worth. So this Renegade armor is really good for anyone that wants a quick build. You know, attack speed, damage, and damage reduction. And you can even get chilling, protection, and even fire trailing. I'd rather the final shout was over there. That would be perfect. Chilling, protection, final shout. That would be an awesome build. But yeah, again, I don't use half of this stuff because they're all, you know, lower level than what I have. I'm just using the stuff that's higher. Again, it wouldn't really matter at the end of the day. I just haven't got enchantment points for it all. But yeah, it wouldn't matter if I was using, you know, 104, 102, 105. It just doesn't matter at this level. It really doesn't. Anyway guys, that is it for the video. You know, it's a bit of a basic build video. No, I don't really, you know, go through and show. I just tell you what would be good, what works well. You know, what my thoughts are on everything. Yeah, but be sure to tell me your builds down in the comments below. Tell me what you're using, what enchantments you got, you know, what's working well for you. I wouldn't mind trying to do a pet build on one of my characters. I think that'd be really cool. You know, I've got the Hunter's Promise here. Pets attack targeted mobs, you know, chance to regain arrows. Like, I think that could be lots of fun, you know. Anyway, nonetheless, fam, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Again, be sure to follow me on Twitch. Link will be in the description below, and peace.